What's up, guys? It's your boy Lou Got Fit. Many of you guys know me from Instagram, but if you don't, I'm the guy who was 308 pounds, and now I'm 205 pounds. So I lost about 102 pounds. It definitely takes changing your mentality before you can start to change physically. And as humans, I believe we learn the hard way. I know I did. You know, when I was younger, I used to lean back on my chair in class and stuff, and my teacher would always used to tell me, don't lean back in your chair, you're gonna fall. I didn't listen, I didn't learn. But one day, I leaned back too far and I fell and I busted my head. My head was swollen. I bet you I never did that again though. I had to learn the hard way, and that's for most of us. Most of us are going to have to learn the hard way. When someone tells us right from wrong, we're probably not gonna listen until we experience it ourselves. And something hard or something almost traumatic or life-changing has to happen in your life before you decide to take action into doing something that could really better you. And for me, it was like a series of those events. I went to the doctor. She was kind of like talking shit to me, cutting my ass. She said, you're morbidly obese. You're gonna have to be put on pre-diabetic pills. And at the time I had an injury on my foot. When you weigh like 300 plus pounds, that could cause a lot of stress on your foot. And so she also told me that like maybe even one day I'll need assistance just moving around and doing daily tasks. And another thing was I just felt depressed. I just felt sad. I didn't like the person I seen in the mirror. And it happens, you know. A couple comments hurt my feelings. A couple girls broke my heart. It was all stepping stones into me just finally saying, you know what, that's it. And I'm finally gonna take control of my life and actually lose this weight and actually start to feel confident in myself again. Maybe since middle school, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to change so bad. But nothing really changed until I stopped being a bitch, okay? I used to make so much excuses for myself. I used to say, oh, I just got bad genetics. Oh, my metabolism just is slow. Or, oh, I just suffer from migraines, so I can't really work out like that. So much excuses, but I realized people make excuses for the things that they want to do, and they also make excuses so they don't do the things that they don't want to do. And even though I didn't want to work out, I didn't want to lift weights, be on the treadmill, be on a diet, I realized if I wanted to lose the weight, if I wanted to get into a better place in my life, I was going to have to do it regardless of how I felt. No one's gonna lift those weights for me. No one is gonna run in that treadmill for me. No one is gonna diet for me. I have to do those things for myself. And what made it worse is I was addicted to instant gratification. I would watch porn all the time, scroll on TikTok, scroll on Instagram all the time. Just always looking for quick fixes and cheat codes and hacks so I don't really have to do the hard work, you know? With weight loss, you can't do that. Everybody sets those goals. Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds in 2 weeks. It doesn't work like that. There's no quick fixes to getting in shape. In fact, there's no quick fixes into anything meaningful in life. If there's anything meaningful that you want to achieve in life, there is no quick fix for that. It requires hard work. If you want to be financially free, it requires hard work. If you want to be mentally stable, happy, fulfilled, it requires hard work. The best thing you can do is stop looking for quick fixes. Fall in love with delayed gratification. It's the best thing. That's what I had to do. I had to fall in love with delayed gratification. I had to fall in love with the process. I had to accept the fact that it's not gonna take me 2 months. It's not gonna take me a month. It's not gonna take me 2 weeks, 1 week. And even if you don't like the process, because you know, who doesn't? Sometimes I don't feel like working out. Sometimes I don't feel like eating correctly. And in that case, you have to get disciplined. You have to practice discipline. And so what if it takes longer? If you was to get it fast in the first place, you wouldn't upkeep it. You will go back to being out of shape in 2 months. Why? Because you haven't built the foundation of being a healthy person. You haven't built the mentality of being a fit and healthy person. All you know is scroll on your phone. All you know is pizza, McDonald's, Domino's. That's all you know. So if you get that body in seconds, you're still gonna be eating the same shit. You're still gonna have the same working out habits. Work out for 2 days out of the week, I'm done, it's over. You're still gonna have that. As you're going through the process, you're building your mentality. You're building discipline. And discipline is one of the key things that helped me with my weight loss journey, actually. There were definitely days where I did not feel like dieting. There were definitely days where I did not even want to see a weight. I did not even want to see a treadmill. But I still went and got it done. Because that is what it takes to see change. If you are not willing to do what it takes to see change, then just quit and be a fucking loser then, bro. Give up. But if you do actually want to see change, if you do actually want to see progress, you have to be willing to do what it takes. When I started to stack those days of me doing something when I didn't feel like doing it, I was building my mental toughness. When you push yourself on the days you don't want to do it, on the days you don't want to diet, on the days you don't want to work out, those are the most important days. It builds your mentality, it builds your discipline. When you have that mentality, when you have that discipline, the sky is the limit, bro. You could achieve anything in this world. Fuck fitness, you could be a millionaire. You could live a very happy and fulfilling life. And something else that also helped me in my weight loss journey was isolation. I had to separate myself from a lot of people. Why? Because those people led to me doing the things that was not gonna get me to my goal. Those people led to me cheating on my diet. Those people led to me not wanting to go to the gym, or when I did go to the gym with them, I wouldn't be as productive. And in a way, I also isolated myself from the food. I also isolated myself from the porn, the things that could cause me to feed into instant gratification, things that could cause me to feed into binge eating, to feed into my old ways. You have to deprive yourself from it. You have to starve yourself from it. Stop scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, and you're watching all this food and you expect to stay on your diet. That shit ain't gonna work, nigga. I would know. So I separated myself and I worked on myself. I stopped thinking of myself as the fat guy, the depressed guy. I started thinking of myself as the guy who's getting better every day. The guy that is going to become untouchable. The guy that is going to be proud of what he sees in the mirror. The guy that is disciplined. The guy that looks great, the guy that looks sexy. When I started to implement these things, one day I just looked up, it was a year went by and I was in the best shape of my life. I felt great, my confidence was through the roof. But what it is if you see yourself accomplish that, because I wanted to be in shape since I was in 6th grade. Since I got into middle school, I wanted to lose weight. So if I see myself accomplish that, I start to think, what else can I accomplish? Maybe one day I could have a family. Maybe one day I could be financially free. Maybe one day I could have one of the best physiques out there. Maybe one day I could be known as someone people could look up to. I start to realize that when you gain that mentality and when you gain a win like that, when you accomplish something as big as that, you start to realize that you can really do anything if you set your mind to it. You can really do anything if you do what it takes. If you do what is necessary, you can accomplish anything. And I'm saying it to tell you guys, when you accomplish something that requires hard work, that requires a change in mindset that will better you, it is so fulfilling. It'll make you so happy. Nobody can tear me down. It doesn't matter what happened. No one can tear me down. Why? Because I accomplished something nobody can take away from me. Your body is something nobody can take away from you. The only one that can take that away from you is God. But you're on this earth, nobody can, they can take your car away. They can take your house away. Anything you like away, except for your body. You can't, you wake up with that. You walk into every room with that body. So why not treat it like a temple? Why not make it the best body ever? Why not make it look as great as it could possibly look? Not only have I lost 100 pounds, other people have lost 100 pounds too. If I can do it, if they can do it, what makes you think you can't do it? What makes you think you can't fix your life? What makes you think you can't better your life? When you see everybody and their mother better in their lives, you can do it. You just got to change your mentality, change your habits, bro. I'm Lou Got Fit. I lost 102 pounds. I'm sharing my journey to inspire yours. Until next time.